Take the floor right now.
Coopers are gonna live high and
A chicken in every pot.
Fluoride, I don't want that. You already got it naturally.
I'll see if they get back on the day.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I want normally move down my house. All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Nate?
Present.
Mike?
Present.
Rick?
Here.
John?
Here.
Kevin?
Here.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to consent agenda?
Motion.
Motion to second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public input. This is time and place for discussion items and already on the agenda with a time limit of 3 minutes each. Discussion possible. Did they say something up there?
No, okay.
Discussion possible action in reference to approving payment number 1 to Linn Haven Land Improvements LLC, reference rating sports complex.
Lisa Birch from YTT is on. Lisa, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
You want to go over this bid or this payment?
Yeah, I'll go over this. This is the first payment for the grading portion of the baseball fields contract. This includes a couple of invoices that we put them together in one. Basically, we're paying for them to have stripped the topsoil, some of the class 10 excavation, some of this the grading, some erosion control, and then their mobilization fee. So it's for a total of total is $18,367.02 for all of those items combined. And this is just payment application 1. We'll have other ones as we go forward in the progress.
We got any questions? Any motion?
Make motion approved.
Have a motion, have a second?
Second.
All approved, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, guys.
Resolution 15, 2025, approving hiring summer help.
So 2 summer help, Evan and Quinn Coleman. They were here last summer. I believe this is Evan's 3rd summer. So traditionally we've hired them back if they came a second year for $1 an hour increase. And then also I put Brian Blinks on there as well to go to $20. He's kind of our permanent seasonal right now. Helps out in the parks and public works as needed. Happy to answer any questions. 2 summer help kids would start the last week of May after school's out.
Brian goes up to 20, how much are they getting?
Evan would be 15 and Quinn would be 14. Evan's been here 1 year longer.
Make a motion approved.
A motion to approve, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nope, I need a roll call, please.
Nate?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rick?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Kevin?
Aye.
Resolution 16, 2025, approving board members.
This is for the History Center Board. This will be all the members that all terms expire in 2026. And then Rochelle Bitterman, who's returning to the Library Board. That'll be through 2031.
Motion to approve the board members.
A motion to a second.
Second.
Kevin?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Rick?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Nate?
Aye.
Resolution 17, 2025, approve Martin Meadows Plat.
So you guys already approved this. It was verbally done in the council meeting, and then when we sent it back to okay, they wanted a formal resolution approving that. So this is the Chris Martin property on South Washington Street, just divided into 2 lots. Nothing's changed. It's the same thing. They just need this resolution. They sent me after the fact, so.
Motion to approve the resolution.
A motion and a second. Nate?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rick?
Aye.
Don?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Correspondence?
Nothing tonight.
City engineer report?
I got that with mine.
Good. And you go ahead.
All right, so Dave and I have been working on well number 5. I got 2 more questions I need to get answered to him this week, and then he says hopefully he'll be back next meeting with setting forth the bidding process and moving out on that. We ended up putting a French drain in at City Park, right there behind Junction. We've had enough rain, it seems to be working. So hopefully that lasts for another 50 years like the old one that was there. We went around and spot-filled concrete where our water valves were, so we didn't have to worry about taking them out with snow plows or cars going off the road and getting them. We tomorrow have to do flow testing out at the industrial park. With us yet to have flushed hydrants this spring, it might create a little bit of rust disturbance throughout the area, so if you hear it, that's what we're doing. It should be very minimal, but there is a chance that we could disturb and create some rust issues. And then the last thing I have is out at Novak Park. We've got, which we thought was a merry-go-round, and it is round, but it's not a merry-go-round. It's got 4 horses on it, and you bounce on it. We've got that fixture set in there, and the turtles set, so been pretty busy the last couple weeks.
Any questions? Sure. Park and Rec.
We had our Easter event on April 19th. That went very well. We are in mid-season for spring soccer, so we'll be done about the middle of May, and then we'll transition into our intro T-ball and coach pitch programs out there. The deadline for that is Friday, so I'll be getting all those teams put together, and that'll be the next sport that we offer. A lot of mowing, a lot of weed eating, and then working to get the ball fields turned over to the school for their baseball and softball programs. And then, as Travis mentioned, thanks to those guys for getting that equipment put in over at Novak Park. I've already seen kids utilize it and stuff. It was pretty bare to begin with just a swing set, so now there's a couple other things that kids can do over there, so I appreciate them doing that.
Questions for Drayton? Library?
Librarian couldn't be here tonight, but she called me with, they put an ad out for a child librarian or an assistant librarian, and we'll see what we come up with. Person they have as assistant is moving, I understand, so that's open again. That's all I have for that.
Mr. Berman?
In addition to the police report, we had the DEA drug drop this weekend over here at City Hall in Lisbon. Collected 30 pounds of prescription medications and put that with all the stuff we had collected from the mailbox and delivered 246 pounds of prescription drugs to the DEA today.
Anything for Doug? Ambulance?
Ambulance has been pretty steady call-wise. We've kind of hit CPR class season. So we've been doing a handful of classes through April, and we have a few in May. May is kind of the vacation month, so we'll have quite a few members kind of off and on vacations, covering quite a bit of that. Did have the opportunity to host the Greater Cedar Rapids Community Foundation at our station, talk about grant funding, how we utilize the equipment that they've allowed us to purchase, and why it's important for our sustainability. So I feel like that was a very positive meeting. Otherwise, we're looking forward to the summer. With all the festivals, it'll be busy, I'm sure. So.
Any questions? Fire Chief?
The only thing I have is if a part comes in to calibrate the bigger tires with the speedometer, new 409 will be delivered on Thursday. If it's not, the part doesn't come in, it'll probably be next week. So once we get that here, I'm hoping to train Monday night, I believe it's the 4th or 5th, and go over that, and then we can repurpose old 409 over to the city guys. That is all I have.
Any questions, fire? City administrator?
Spent a lot of time over the course of the last couple of weeks with the engineers and Brecky on the water main project. So Marcia and Christina and I called numerous residents on Friday, informed them that they were going to be doing some weed applications in the front yards all along the project. So the plan is to get rid of the weeds, then they're going to go in with a gill and dirt, good black dirt, get everything prepared, and then plant a seed within the seeding window that closes by the 31st of May. So hopefully they will be in town next week once those weeds start to die and start mitigating that. There is a sinkhole that's developed over on South Jackson Street that Travis and the engineers are going to be looking at with Brecky to try and get that resolved. So that's all I have for that. Sent out numerous nuisances over the last couple of weeks, and there's about 13 more that I'm going to be preparing to send out. And then still working with the attorney on the 307 North Jackson Street that's not able to be lived in currently. I'd asked residents, Fairway has created a Facebook page for the Lisbon Fairway. We've been kind of giving some updates on there, and they are hosting a open hiring event where you come in for open interviews on May 14th, and that will take place here at City Hall from 12 to 7. So if anyone's looking for work, they're hiring approximately 40s in sound of it. Starting May 8th through the 13th, the railroad crossing, there's going to be a flagger out on Washington Street and Highway 1. Gillette, Hoosier, and Adams will be closed for that week. So we'll make sure we get it on the sign and get that posted on our page. We just got that information today. Travis talked about the flow testing. The only other thing I have, 150th planning. We had our second meeting for that. So tentatively, it's pretty concrete, but I'll still say tentatively, it's going to be August 10th through the 17th. So that would be the Sunday before Sauerkraut Days through the Sunday of Sauerkraut Days. Some of the different events that they're talking about doing is a history walk, potentially on Monday, and then again on the following Sunday. Tuesday, they're talking about a golf cart poker run through numerous businesses between the two towns. Wednesday, they're going to do some sort of a wrestling takedown tournament in the park. And then they'll have the movie in the park after that. Thursday, if everything goes right, is going to be at the sports complex. So all their normal events will be Thursday out there. Friday, Saturday will be normal downtown. And then Sunday, they're going to do wristband rides, approximately 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. On Sunday. And then around 3, they're talking about doing a second history walk. And then Hills Bank is doing a time capsule. And we'll put the information on the city website for that. They're looking for the last family, like a Christmas card, different restaurants. They want the menu so they can compare prices today. It will be when they open it back up. So they did find the capsule from the last time this was done up in the hidden vault in the hills, which was the Lisbon Bank at the time, downtown. So they're going to get the process on opening that as well. So if you'd like to help with that, or have any suggestions, we're meeting again May 21st at 7 o'clock here at City Hall. And the very last thing would be Memorial Day falls on our council meeting. Years past, we've canceled that when that's happened. So I would assume we'd do that again unless there's something pressing, and we'll schedule it for Tuesday. Everybody's good with that? Happy to answer any questions.
Maybe I misunderstood you, but were they closing Gillette, Washington, Highway 1? They're closing them all?
There'll be a flagger for Washington, but Gillette, Hoosier, and Adams will be closed. So Highway 1 will have a flagger, and Washington Street will have a flagger.
So Washington's not being closed, it's just off the ground road.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
There's one more, Doug.
Hopefully.
Springville Road, right? This
Yeah.
flagger.
8th Avenue, yep.
Joe? Christina?
Just working on annual reports, the cemetery, the IFRS, and the work comp. And we got told today that our fiscal year 26 budget has been certified with the county. So, yay.
Christina? Nate?
I don't have anything to say.
Mike?
Nothing.
Rick?
In a couple hours, I'm gonna speak.
Okay. John?
Is there anything new from Fairway on their opening date? Still July sometime?
Looks like they're further off than they were.
I've heard around the 9th, but I don't know how official that is.
Okay,
Take that for what it's worth.
that's all I have.
Kevin? And, thanks, Travis. We've been out here 15 minutes. Possible closed session, Code of Iowa Section 21.5, LI, to evaluate the professional competency of an individual to appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation and that individual's request of a closed session. Would you like to go into closed session?
Yes.
All right. Need a motion to go into closed session.
Motion to go in closed session.
So safely don't do it. We're not selected. Got a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Newspaper diary,
Yes.